Today we're driving a 1998 Lexus GS 400. I'm here with Substitute Topher.
Good morning.
This is your new daily driver.
Yes, the new winter beater for 2024.
Heck yeah, you bought this on Copart.
I did, sight unseen, and it showed up, and I fixed it, and here we are.
Cool.
Yeah.
Very on brand for Substitute Topher. I love it. What do you have into this right now? About $5,500?
Yep.
Okay, cool. It has 300 horsepower, a 4-liter V8, 5-speed automatic transmission.
It's rear-wheel drive.
It's rear-wheel drive. It does not have a limited slip differential. We're on a set of Blizzak WS90 winter tires today. We have a wonderful exhaust leak.
Sounds a little bit like a spotted truck.
I've always wanted to drive one of these things because I've heard the Lexus GS 400 with the V8 is fantastic, and I've only driven it like a quarter of a mile here, so we're gonna find out today in this video. You found some stock wheels for this?
I did. So when it showed up, it was on some hideous Walmart black wheels.
Yeah, they were super like pushed into the fenders.
And they were plastic black.
Yeah, that's right.
And
these are 16s?
These are 16s from a GS 300.
Okay.
So these wheels wouldn't have come on this car, but they would have come on the JZS.
Nice.
160.
Nice meaty sidewalls, 215 60R16 tires, new brakes.
Yeah, so I went with full set of Brembo pads and rotors.
Okay.
And then it's got brand new, well, remanufactured front brake calipers. So
Okay.
the entire front braking system is brand new.
Fantastic.
And then it's got new pads and rotors on the back as well.
What color is this? Because this looks awesome.
Cinnabar Pearl.
Ooh, that makes me want cinnamon rolls.
Yes.
It makes me hungry.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's hard to see right now, but it's got a good flake to
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
And this car's been painted at some point because a lot of these Cinnabar cars, as well as the Auburn Sky IS300s, very similar color to this, would fade really bad, clear coat would disappear, and it would just look awful. So I imagine that's what happened to this car, and it was just completely resprayed at some point, and they did a pretty decent job on it.
Oh, this looks good.
Yeah.
You got a new hood, a new front bumper, had those resprayed.
Yeah, so
they don't match perfectly, but it's good enough.
Yeah.
And this was just in a minor front end shunt.
Super minor, yeah. So, I mean, it looked a lot. It didn't look as bad as it actually was from the outside. So we had to do the hood, the grille, the bumper, the crash bar, the AC condenser, and then some minor like radiator support components.
Okay.
But all in all, I mean, we fixed it in like 3 hours.
That's amazing.
So, and we did everything properly. It's all reassembled back to how it was from the factory. You know, crash bars in place and everything.
And sometimes when you buy stuff from Copart messes up the car more than it's been messed up.
I know. I almost wonder if some of my exhaust leak problems and things were caused by the forklift.
I'm not terribly concerned. It doesn't smell and it sounds good.
No, it doesn't smell. So
yeah.
it's a good thing.
So is there a button back
get
here? You gotta pop it. Give it a little rev while you're up there. Yeah, the leak is definitely at the front of the car.
You gotta pull it.
Oh, maybe because the car's
I think because the car's running.
Okay. All right. Well, sure.
It has a trunk.
Let's go. Let's look at the trunk. We gotta look at the trunk.
All right. Power steering column, which sometimes works.
Only works when you turn off the car.
Yes.
Yeah.
So got a button on the key fob here.
I mean, this is your first week with the car. We're finding out what works, what doesn't work.
I drove it for the first time yesterday.
Yeah.
So I don't really, and I need to clean it still and everything.
Yeah, but I mean, it's perfectly sized for golf bags. Yeah, you could fit a U in there for
Dealer
sure.
accessory mat, full size spare,
Wow.
and not any full size spare. It's an aluminum wheel. It matches the rest.
I mean,
it would have. It doesn't anymore. But
this was a Lexus from the '90s. Only the best. What was the original MSRP on something like this, roughly?
Sure, I want to say it was around 40 grand.
Get this out of here for you.
Thank you.
Nice pull handle there for the trunk. Ah, sorry.
Light trunk.
Light trunk.
The spoiler just goes flying.
Yeah. You owned a GS 300.
Yes.
A generation after this, right? Or was it the same generation?
It was the same generation, but it was the facelift. This has the Nakamichi 7-speaker.
Oh, okay.
The other car I had just had like the Lexus premium sound, but I think it added a speaker. It was an 8-speaker.
I mean, it's all very, very comfy and plush
no,
and luxurious.
I'm glad you brought that car up though, because we filmed that, or you filmed it rather, and then later that day we started working together.
That's right. I was like, hey, you want to work together?
Yeah, and so it's been like 3.5 years now, and now we're back in another GS.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just admire the simplicity and the features and just the functionality of everything in this interior.
Yeah.
I just drove it was a Toyota Camry from this era.
Yeah.
And you see so many similarities, but everything here is just nicer.
Nice leather.
Yeah.
Ashtrays in each door, each
rear
rear door.
Okay, good.
So you can have your cigarettes back here.
And you have a cigarette lighter up front, which is hidden behind a compartment.
That's right.
Lots of hidden compartments in Lexuses from this era.
Those still work great.
Yeah, these still work really well. Have you been back here yet?
Yeah. Yeah, I filmed it for my channel.
Okay.
Actually, that video goes just went live.
Oh, all right.
Months ago.
Well, go check that out after watching this. All right, we got to pop the hood.
You remember how to open the hood on these? From up there?
Oh, I don't know. Is it like through the Lexus badge or something?
Oh, it's right under it.
Right under?
Yep. Right there.
Right there?
Yep, pull that. There you go.
Oh, nice.
And it's got hood struts.
Okay. 1UZFE. I like that they just write that out.
Yep. It's had the timing belt done. It's kind of hard to make out when, but we think it says like 93K. So
okay.
Right now it's at 116.
Cool.
So
I mean, relatively low mileage.
It is. Yeah, it's got pretty low miles on it.
Yeah.
I mean, my last one had 170, and all of the GS 400s that you see on Facebook Marketplace, they all have like 300K on them.
Yeah.
So it's actually like a 4-owner car.
Oh, okay.
But the first 2 owners were like a year at a time, so I think they were corporate.
Okay.
But then there was one owner that owned it for like 18 years.
Awesome.
Like there was a long-term owner, and then the person who crashed it only had it for like a year. So, and now I have it.
Wonderful. Let's go drive it.
I'm the 5th owner. I have the keys. Here you go.
A little bit of seat rippage, but for the most part, I mean, this is held up quite well. It's a little bit crusty, a little bit rusty underneath.
Well, it's been through 25 Michigan winters.
That's right.
So. At some point, we'll do a sound system test on the Nakamichi premium sound system,
yes.
but I need to get an adapter for
yeah.
the tape deck. You really liked the sound system in my last car.
Oh, it's fantastic.
This is different. This is actually like a branded system. I imagine it's not quite as good as that one because it's just older and has less speakers. But
sure. Ashtray, cigarette lighter, fun. Cup holders, heated seats. Ooh, drive modes, power, ECT. I don't
normal.
know. Oh, normal?
Yeah.
What does ECT mean?
I don't know. Just ECT.
Commenters, and then snow mode, which is kind of a dull throttle response. And then a one-press VSC off button, which honestly we're not going to mess with too much today because this just has one wheel peel with its open diff.
Super open diff.
Gauge cluster illumination. I love that we get all of our bass, mid, treble, balance, fader adjustments right here. That's awesome.
Yep. Yeah, they got rid of all that for the facelift.
Mm-hmm.
So it all switched to this button in the menu.
Just lovely, lovely, lovely. Good steering weight at low speeds. Hydraulic rack, of course. Tight turning circle.
Yeah.
My goodness.
This is actually, the car is not as big as you'd think. In fact, it weighs less than a new BMW M2.
I mean, a lot of things weigh a little less than the new BMW M2, but that's okay. We won't go there.
Yeah. Well, this only weighs just under 3,700 pounds.
That's pretty good.
It's not super heavy.
That is less than the, Savage Geese. Here we go.
Good morning. Yes.
It's kind of quick.
It is quick.
Like, it's kind of properly quick. I'm impressed. It's nice that this has a 5-speed auto. That's just kind of like the right amount of gears.
Yeah.
Not too much, not too little. And you have paddle shifters.
Kind of.
Kind of. Well, all right, so there's 2 down buttons, but behind the steering wheel is an upshift button. It's kind of like the old Porsche buttons. A bit strange to get used to, but once you do, it's kind of nice. You can only use those in manual mode.
Yep.
We'll test those out here. Why not? Give it a little bit of a shot. they don't work like like a new paddle shifter gearbox would, but that's okay. It's kind of a suggestion of which gear to be in.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Well, it is the same age as me.
That's right. It's so smooth. Classic cruise control switch.
I haven't tried that yet. Does it work?
That works great, yeah. Nice, comfy, floaty suspension. Power adjustable passenger seat too, right?
Yeah, so I have it up and down.
Okay, wow.
Forward, back, so it's what, 6-way? Yeah, 6-way passenger seat.
That's impressive.
Yeah, a lot of new cars don't even have that.
No, it's few and far between.
This is back when Lexus was actually kind of ahead of the times.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that they necessarily are anymore.
Didn't you say that when this came out, this was the fastest sedan in the world?
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's surprisingly quick. Brakes feel good.
Yeah. 310 pound-feet of torque.
Yeah. And because it's a Lexus, it probably still has most of that.
Yeah.
Ooh, it's kind of flat around corners.
Yeah, it's got new struts, actually.
Oh, okay, all right.
The previous owner probably put new
I saw the
struts
new
in.
bolts and strut mounts up front.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so at some point it had struts.
All right, we got to turn VSC off just for fun and put us into power mode.
Yeah.
Do we have any info here?
No.
Odometer,
Just trip.
Just trip. Okay, no fuel economy or anything.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's got all the essentials.
Yeah. It even has the owner's manual. It has the CD holders for the disc changer, which is here in the
That's
box.
nice. You could just burn a disc with our sound test track, and I'm sure it'd be really high quality.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I probably should do that.
Yeah. It's kind of hard to beat CD quality, honestly. I've been using CDs in the S2000 recently.
Oh, nice.
It's great. They just keep skipping because all of our CDs are scratched up from years of use. It's fun, man. This is cool.
Makes a good noise.
It does. Any other plans with it?
I don't really think so. I mean, an exhaust, probably, like a proper exhaust would be nice.
Weld the diff.
Maybe try and figure out some sort of limited slip I could put in it.
It would be cool to figure out what you could swap into this.
Yeah.
If any commenters know offhand. Lovely. Now with the moonroof closed, or shade closed, it's very quiet. Even on these Blizzaks.
Yeah, the Blizzaks actually complement this car pretty nicely.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're good.
Nice level of squish, but they still handle pretty well.
Yeah.
It's funny, I've only driven these tires on BRZs, on a Miata, and then also on your IS300.
That's right, yeah.
And with a little bit of weight on top of them, they actually do pretty well in the wet. On all these lightweight sports cars, they're just sideways everywhere. And they're very kind of sketchy to drive on, honestly.
Yeah, they feel great on this car. I think you got to have a little bit of weight, like you said.
No, this helps a lot.
Yeah.
And you've just put a few miles on this. They haven't really even broken in.
Yeah, when I think it had 116, 260 or something.
Yeah.
Now it's at like 116, 300.
Okay. Yeah, be careful. Those first 30 miles or so on new winter tires, the oils and the manufacturing materials from the tire compounds are still kind of releasing. So if your drive home from the tire shop is in the wet, it can get a little sketchy sometimes.
Are you speaking from experience?
Yes. Yeah, I mean, this has sports sedan vibes to it.
Yeah.
We're not pushing it around these corners today because it is wet, but like it handles nice.
It's really quick.
It is. Great visibility. I miss visibility from the 90s. wheel peel. If you're wearing headphones, the binaural audio would have done a lot of justice to that because you could hear exactly where it was coming from. It's kind of fun, but also nerve-wracking getting into a car new to you because you don't know it yet. You don't trust it yet. You don't know what works, what doesn't work, what's slightly broken, what what buttons don't quite function or what things make weird noises. It's a bit of an adventure.
I just went out and flogged it immediately on the Ipsy test route, and you'll see that in my video, but it held up all right, so.
That's good.
It's good.
I mean, it has, I think, pretty good ownership history, maybe except for the last owner.
I mean, so I could have gone and looked at this car at Copart. I didn't because I was lazy about it, and I figured the initial investment was small enough to where it was worth the risk. But the good thing about Copart in Michigan is that they allow you access to the auto check report. So I was able to see the ownership history, and once I saw that 18-year owner, and once I saw that timing belt sticker on the engine cover, I was like, all right, it's probably fine.
Yeah.
So fingers crossed, it holds up okay. And I mean, it's not a car that I necessarily need to rely on because we have the press cars.
Sure.
But it's nice to just have as a backup.
Yep. And it suits you so well.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh.
This is my third Lexus now.
Yeah.
I still own the first one.
That's right.
So, IS versus GS comparo.
Yeah, we should do it.
Yeah.
This was such a great era for Toyota and Lexus. I mean, they were really hitting hard against the Germans, and the German counterpart, the 5 Series of the time, would not feel this good still. No. The interior would be falling apart. Everything would be flaking and, just kind of decomposing. And this Lexus has been a daily driver. It's probably been garaged most of its life, but it's been well cared for, but yet it still feels and looks so good.
Yeah.
Yes, Toyota interiors were boring. They were all kind of beige from this era, but they held up.
Everything is beige.
Yeah, everything is beige.
It's like 3 tones of beige.
I actually really like the interior-exterior color combo, though, especially with this wood grain, because it kind of has reds in it that are reminiscent of the exterior. And this was pretty high-end wood back in the day.
Yeah, the GS 430, which was the facelifted version of this car, got a wood steering wheel as well, which I wish I had.
You can always eBay that.
I could, yeah. But then you lose the shift buttons.
Oh yeah, you gotta have the shift buttons.
So yeah.
They are useful. I didn't really do the best demonstration of them today, but that's okay. Well, you look happy.
I know, yeah.
You look pleased.
I like it. First impressions, good.
Yeah, this is great, man. I mean, you never kind of know what you're getting into with something like this, but sometimes you luck out, and I think you got a little bit lucky. Knock on actual wood that we have here.
Knock on wood.
Yeah. So we'll drive this again in the snow, get it sideways, and see how it does over the winter. So knowing you'll probably hold on to it for a little bit because you're holding on to all your cars now.
Yeah, I might ditch a couple in the spring, but this one may stick around.
Okay.
See.
Yeah.
You were messing with those buttons.
Yeah. What are these? These are
so
phone
in the glove, in the center console, phone plugins.
Ooh. Okay.
So this would have had a car phone.
Ethernet cables. Yeah.
Or Ethernet. Yeah.
Wow.
But
you get a little
that would have been for a car
charger.
phone.
I like how
I sent your phone flying.
That's okay.
Or the garage door.
I like how everything is lined with this super shag felt down here, 70s felt.
But you don't hear any of this moving around when you're going around corners, which is nice.
No, only when you lift it up. Yeah.
It's not like the new Hyundai Kona where you can't put anything in the middle.
Yeah.
Because it's all it's like this.
Lexus thought about these things.
Yeah. They predicted the future.
This material kind of reminds me a little bit of what's still in the Lexus IS.
Yeah. It's the same.
Yeah. And
I mean, it holds up.
It does. It holds up so well. It's kind of like this almost, I don't know, it's painted, I guess, but it's very stout, very rugged, and holds up very well. And looks good. It has kind of a cool metallic sheen to it.
Yeah. Still have the original owner's manual. Very nice case.
Wow. Leather-bound book.
Yep, and it still has, it was sold new at Meade, Lexus in Southfield.
Wow. Hasn't traveled far.
No, it's been in Michigan its whole life.
Okay.
Lexus pen.
Oh, man.
Still in here.
That's so cool.
Yeah, we got all the stuff. So
buying a used Lexus is a pretty it's a pretty smart thing to do, because chances are it's been well cared for, minimal ownership exchanges, and it's probably been dealer maintained its whole life. I'm sure you got tons of service records from Meade Lexus or Lexus of Ann Arbor or whatever.
Yeah, I should call Meade Lexus and see if they have service record.
Solid car.
You like it?
Yeah, I like it.
That makes a racket.
That's okay. That only works when you turn off the car, though. You can't tilt telescope with the car on.
Yeah. You can get a new motor for it for like $40 on eBay.
Okay.
So I may do that. And
maybe a new switch and motor, and that would do it. But honestly, it's not a bad position.
It doesn't bother me.
You just can't see any of your power, VSC off settings, any of your gauge lights. Ooh, all windows are auto. That's nice. I bet this would be pretty cool at night too, with the green gauges.
Yeah.
All your keys.
Yep. You hit the lock again and it'll shut the lights off.
Oh yeah. It is a shame that Lexus no longer makes the GS, because it is kind of the perfect size for a sedan.
Yeah.
Even though this is smaller than the new ones are or were, but
this is like the size of a BMW 3 Series now.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Pretty much.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, that's going to be it for this one. Thanks so much for watching. Go check out Subsidy Topher's channel at Topher Drives, where he has his first impressions on this car. We'll go drive a little bit more.
Sounds good.
And that'll be a wrap.
All right.
Thanks so much for tuning in, and appreciate you bringing it out today.
Yeah.
This is fun.
Yeah. Reminiscing on our past.
I know. Well, I mean, the reason we started working together was just we had filmed so many of your cars together.
It's because I had the car addiction.
Yeah.
Just kept buying cars.
I was like, this is kind of fun. We should do this more often. What cars have we filmed that are yours? We started with the IS300, the Cobalt
SS on Winding Road.
That's right. That was the first one.
When I was like 16.
Yep.
So that was like almost 10 years ago.
That was your first car. You still have it.
I still have it. We got to film that again in spring.
Yep.
IS300
Yep.
on the Topher. My old red Miata.
Yep. 7 Series.
735 IL E32.
Yep. That was a great car.
That was a great car. What else? Oh, the GS300.
Yep.
My Cayman S.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I think that's it.
Okay.
No, there could be some more I'm forgetting.
Well, the ML.
Oh,
but that was before you owned it.
That was before I owned it.
And when it worked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Forgot about that.
Yeah. This 5-speed is so smooth.
Yeah.
It's kind of soothing to have a V8 just under your right foot.
It is. I love V8s.
You gonna do a fuel economy test on this?
I should. Actually, I'm curious.
Yeah.
Because how much fuel is left in it? Is it under a half?
A little under half.
Okay, so it's drank quite a bit of fuel in the last 50, 60 miles.
You've probably been hammering on it.
I have been, yeah, just because I like the way it sounds.
Yep. It does sound good with the exhaust leak.
Yeah.
One thing I like that I forgot to mention earlier is the gauges are so cool. They have all the needles are transparent. They're see-through. So you kind of see what's behind them as you go through your speeds, the revs, the fuel. It's kind of a neat effect.
Yeah.
Not sure how well it translates with the GoPro right now, but hopefully you guys can kind of see what I mean.
Yeah, I love the gauge cluster in the second gen GS. It's good stuff.
Yeah, the suspension is like surprisingly sporty.
It is. It's not as floaty as I expected.
Yeah.
It could have something to do with the control arm bushings being blown out of the front, but we'll have to reevaluate once we put some new parts on it.
Sure.
But I think overall, you're right about the steering being weighted a little heavier than I was expecting, and also it does ride a little sportier.
They wanted to do sports sedan things.
It did
with this.
Well, it has a V8 motor and a spoiler. So.
It sure does. There's not a lot of steering feel on these winter tires?
It's a little vague.
Like, I have no idea
You
what
can
the front
kinda-
tires are doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's responsive,
Yeah.
but I don't know what's going on. We'll wait until the dry to
Yeah.
push this around a corner.
It's still better than a modern Jeep Wrangler.
Oh, absolutely.
So that's good.
100%.
Light works over here.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Someone went through the effort of removing the safety
How
stickers.
do you even remove that? With, like a heat gun?
With steam.
Oh, with steam.
Maybe with steam, yeah.
Huh.
I've seen detailers do it. It kind of, I mean, it cleans up the look of the interior. I like it.
Yeah, I didn't even notice until you pointed it out.
Yeah.
Still taking this car in.
Yeah. The sights, the sounds, the smells.
Yeah. Smells decent, actually.
It's okay. Yeah.
BMWs of this era smell like crayons.
Mhm.
Lexus's degassing has been a little bit better over the last 25 years. This is a classic. I
It
should have got a
is.
historical plate for it.
Oh, you should have.
Dang it. Fail.
Christopher.
Could have saved some money.
It is responsive. So much torque.
Yeah.
What'd you say? 310 pound-feet of torque?
Yep.
Okay.
And this is the TheTopher motor, so it revs a little higher.
Okay.
Redline's at like 6450 or 6500 or something.
Wow.
But there was a non-TheTopher version of this, which is what my buddy Dane has in his LX, which we're going to review at some point.
Oh, yeah, we have to.
But his doesn't rev as high. His only revs to like 5,000 or something.
Okay. Yeah, this is, what is this, like 400 RPM or something?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
higher
it
than I
revs pretty
expected.
high.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lexus knew what they were doing, and they invested a lot into this car.
These GS400s are kind of hard to find too, aren't they?
They
You
are,
don't see a lot
absolutely.
of them.
So when I saw this pop up on Copart, it was bad because I was like, I have to have that car. I was like, I am never going to find another Cinnabar GS400 with 116,000
You
miles
don't
on it.
see them.
I was like, I
they
have
don't
to buy
exist. Yeah.
it. Emily just rolls her eyes. She's like, whatever, just do what you need to do. And she was sitting right there with me when I bought it. Pressed bid once, bought it, and that was it. So,
Wow. And here we are.
and here we are.
All right, now for the actual end of the video.
Yes, right. TheTopher take.
TheTopher take.
So the yep, press.
It's a
Yep,
button.
it's
Oh
a
yeah, look at that. Cool. Yeah, wipers are even in decent shape.
Yeah, except they're like in the wrong position.
Oh yeah, they're lifted up a little bit.
because they're hitting the edge of they're hitting the A pillar.
Oh, just like the UX we had a few weeks ago.
Maybe it's intentional because the brand new UX did the same thing.
Yeah. Stay tuned for that video, unless if that's already been posted.
Yeah.
We just review Lexuses together. That's like our shtick. That's our thing.
Yeah, I think every Lexus from now on we got to do together.
Yeah.
I'll just keep buying them for the rest of my life and just do that.
Sure. Yeah. Same.
I really want to get an SC 300 or 400 next,
Mm-hmm.
which is like the Lexus Supra.
Yeah.
The little coupe from this era.
2JZ.
Yeah. Those came with a 5-speed manual.
Yes.
So
Yeah. Those are quite good. Those are getting harder to find.
they are
in good
those are
shape.
impossible. Every Lexus from this era, they're all getting much harder to find because they have collector value now and people are hoarding them.
That's right.
And they're getting destroyed at street takeovers.
Oh
just
man.
like clapped out and smashed. So like it's like either end of the spectrum. So they're really hard to come by.
Maybe you could find an SC rear diff or a Supra rear diff to swap into this, and that would make it limited slip.
Yeah, I'm gonna comment below if you know about that, but I'll do some research too and see.
Okay.
Because this car with a diff would just be awesome.
So I know the SC430, my mom's car, you have to put a Supra diff in there.
Okay, so it's,
Yeah.
it's probably the same rear end that this car has.
Probably.
I mean,
Yeah.
that car is only a few years newer.
It's a shame that you can't just put my BRZ diff in there because you have two of them. You have two 410s
Yeah.
sitting in the shop.
Yeah. It's nice just driving around town.
It is.
Around the city. Like,
Yeah.
It's not like exhausting to drive like a Mustang. You can hear like the traction control going like.
Yeah. 90s
Such-
traction control.
It's such a Toyota thing too.
Yeah.
It's like crawl control.
What was it? Oh yeah, it sounds exactly like crawl control.
Yeah.
What was it like the LS400 when that came out? If you did it like a slalom super aggressively, it would just stability control itself to a stop.
Sounds right.
Yeah. We should try that with this.
Yeah.
Okay, that's enough. People aren't gonna want to watch this anymore.
Yeah. Okay.
Said too much.
Take care.
All right, bye.